Ooh, yeah, she's a little bit wild, little sad, I smile. Gold hoops in my t-shirt, still turn levy at a mob world. Yeah, she's talking fast, hands fly. Got a temper, got pride. She'll call me out right there in the car and kiss me like a movie star. Yeah, yeah. City got mood, she's like that. Storm in her eyes and she's on my lap. Tell me stop staring. I can't. Girly girl, that's my girly girl. She be doing the most, I'm addicted to her. From her curls down to her curves. It's my girlie, my whole wide world. If love is a word, she's the meaning of hers. That's my girlie, girlie girl. She'll be late to the plans, still I reach for her hand. Got a lipstick on my collar, my face. Then she fussing and laughing same day. She taught love like a fight, every wrong, every right. When she's soft, man, I swear I can't breathe. When she's mad, I ain't trying to leave. Every got moves, and she swear she be driving me crazy. And back till we stop playing. I can't. Girly, I swear, girly, she be doing the most, I'm addicted to her. From her curls down to her curves, yeah. It's my girlie, my whole wide world. If love is a word, she's the meaning I heard. That's my girlie. She black girl crazy, I love it. Got that fire, I run to it. Messy attitude with the softest heart. All that drama still my favorite part. You be holding her eyes, but she holds me tight. Seeing everything wrong, still it hit just right. If I ever got a face when the lights go dark. Yes, her, yes, her, yes, her. She be doing the most, I'm addicted to her. From her curls down to her curves, yeah. That's my girlie girl. Love is words, is a meaning I heard. My girlie girl, first, my last, my word. She wide, she real, she sure. That's my steady girlie, girlie girl.
What up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee. Welcome back to another live stream, y'all. How y'all doing? I hope everybody is doing well. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching. I hope y'all are doing fine. Happy Tuesday, right? Yeah, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope y'all are doing well. Listen, as you come into the building, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me good. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. I want to make sure the audio is good before I proceed to give you what you need. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just 1 in the chat if the audio is good, y'all. I definitely want to hear from you guys. Listen, as you come into the building, also make sure you hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. That is super, super important, y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Thumbs up the stream as you come in. Y'all have no idea how much that helps the channel. So make sure you hit the like button, y'all. That is super, super important, okay? If you are new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe, share and like the stream as well, and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload new content. All right. So make sure you are doing that. I appreciate all of you for watching and all of you for being here and everybody who supports the channel. If you want to continue to support the channel, make sure you do that by Super Chat or Cash App. The links are pinned to the top of the chat. So make sure you are supporting. All I ask is at least a $5 super chat or more to support the channel, you guys, if you like the content. So make sure you are supporting in that way. Okay. All right. So y'all hear the title, y'all. Y'all see the title. Y'all don't hear the title. Y'all see the title. Y'all know what I'm saying, child. I be all over the place. But women are lonely, child. Oh my God. Women are lonely, plus black men are done with modern women. Dak Prescott cancels wedding. So I want to talk about that. I posted a video on that earlier. So make sure you check that out as well. But I wanted to come live with it and kind of get your thoughts on it. What do you think about a lot of situations, especially when it comes to NFL stars, celebrities, men who are, rich, if you will, or, or the men who are financially stable, attracting these women who, in many cases, now I don't know if it's the case with this one, but in many cases, these women are going after these men specifically for their finances. Oh my God. We have seen this play out so many times, y'all. Y'all know it. Y'all know every time you look, there's a situation of a woman who's, pushing to get with these men with all this money so that they can have a lifestyle. But in a lot of these cases, these women are not with these men for the right reasons. They're there to get a bag, honey. And in many ways, they get the bag via a child and also via marriage. So, and this is why a lot of men in general, I don't care what socioeconomic background you come from, how much money you make, how high or low your finances are. This is deterring a lot of men from marriage, because I don't care what you make. If you work hard for what you have, then you should be concerned about somebody else coming in and try to take what you have. Period. That's how I see it. I don't care if you're high, middle, low. If you're out here working hard to establish finances, whatever your goals are for yourself, I don't think you need somebody coming in as a leech to come in and try to take off of your hard work. I think you have to earn what you want. You don't just come in and go after people specifically for what you can get out of them. And this is what a lot of women tend to do. Now, am I saying that men don't do that in some way? Maybe, because I'm not going to excuse that for the people who always like to say, oh, you just say men. No, women. You just point out the women. No, we know that all of this could exist on each side. Let's let that be common knowledge. But the focus over here is to point out the nature of the women, because they have not been pointed out for years and years and years. So we got to point out the behavior so that it could possibly change. So what I see and what we all see is a lot of women who try to take advantage of these men with money, because we know in situations where women are the breadwinners, when women make the money, they're not willing to share it, right? Their money is their money and your money is their money. But when it comes to you, your money is your money and your money is her money. And then if for some reason the relationship fails, then your money is her money, and half of what you've earned that she didn't contribute to whatsoever becomes yours. But this brings me to the whole Dak Prescott situation, y'all. This brings me to this situation that they're talking about, how I'm gonna read from the article a little bit before we get into it. Shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank y'all so much. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. Jamil 843, thank you for the super chat, says they lonely. Keep up the good work, fellas. Child, they are, and we're gonna get to that video next. Thank you, Jamil 843. I appreciate you for the support. Jamil also says Dak lucky he in Texas with the child support. Right. Because that's what, that's a bag for a lot of these women now. Thank you, Jamil. Once again, I appreciate you for the support. Make sure you guys are supporting via Super Chat or Cash App. I appreciate you for that. All right. And also hit the like button. I'm going to be monitoring the likes, because however many people we have in the building, we need to have exactly that amount of likes, and we do not. So about 57 people watching now. We only got 25 likes. Come on, y'all. Hit the like button now. Stop what you're doing. Hit the like button and then continue. All right. All right. So in this Dak Prescott situation, so, as everybody is, talking about this story, talking about his engagement has been canceled, the wedding has been canceled to his fiance, Sarah Jane Ramos. They're saying that she's the one who actually canceled the wedding at the last minute. I'm gonna go ahead and read a little bit from this. So this says they're saying that Dak Prescott and Sarah Jane Ramos has ended their engagement, y'all. As y'all already know, people can confirm that the Dallas Cowboys quarterback and his fiance have broken up just 5 weeks before they were expected to marry in Italy. They previously announced their engagement in October of 2024. The couple share older daughter Margaret Jane Rose Prescott, born in February of 2024, and younger daughter Aurora Rain Prescott, born in May of 2025. So they have two daughters. Ramos and Prescott were first linked in September of 2023. Ramos watched the Cowboys beat the New York Giants in the first week of the 2023 NFL season. So basically, it's just talking about how they met and when they got together and all this, but they had an altercation, as you guys probably already heard, at their bachelorette party. And it boiled out of control. And then she ended up calling off the wedding, and he announced to family and friends that they were canceling the wedding. And people are speculating, as they would, that this stemmed from her not wanting to sign a prenuptial agreement. Now, there was a statement put out that actually said that wasn't the reason for them breaking off the marriage or engagement, that it was something else, and it just had got to a boiling point. And my thing is, I don't know if that's allegedly true, because it just doesn't make sense. You get right up to weeks before your wedding, and then she gets mad and called it off. The only thing that people think about is the fact that he probably told her, listen, you gotta sign a prenup. No other way. We're not getting married unless you sign a prenup. And he stood by those standards, and she just had to call it off because there's no way she wanted to marry him, allegedly, if she had to sign that prenup. Oh my God. And now, while we're still unsure if that is actually the case of why she called it off, but a lot of people are speculating and allegedly believing that is part of the reason why. And we've seen this play out. There have been many women that have been in arguments with their fiancés online that we could visually see, where they were saying, hey, they don't want to sign a prenup. Why would I sign a prenup? Trying to come up with every excuse in the book to say why they don't want to sign it, and that you don't trust me, and try to shame the men as to why they want the prenup. We've seen this play out 1,000 times. So nobody is shocked, by this alleged idea that she probably was mad because he said, look, prenup or no marriage. So if she's not going to sign it, why continue to go on with the marriage? Especially allegedly, if you're out here gold digging, if you're only with this man for what he can offer you. Because the truth of the matter is, listen, they already have the kids. They already have 2 children. So that's sealed. It's like the children is a part of the bag, get the kids, and then the next thing is marriage. The ultimate goal is marriage. This man is worth a lot of money. So in these gold digging minds, they're like, listen, I secured the bag with the kids. He wouldn't marry me first, but we went in, got knocked up, raw dog and got the babies. Okay, done. Now, all I got to do now, allegedly, is get him to marry me to really solidify the bag. So once I'm his wife and he start acting up, and I put a little bit of time in, whatever the minimum is to secure the bag with no prenup, oh, I'm sealed. The deal is sealed. I can walk away with the kids, get the child support, so spousal support, get millions of dollars off of all this that I've given in this relationship. And they attribute the children to that, and the fact that you're his wife, but you didn't help him get to that financial status. Women could just come in and take what a man has been working for his whole life. You see how unfair and unrealistic that is, but they don't care as long as they're benefiting from it. They don't care what I'm saying. They don't care what none of us are saying. Look, hey, if you fall for the okie doke, if I can get you to fall for the okie doke and get you to believing that I'm in this for the right reasons and convince you that, honey, we love each other. Honey, we don't need a prenup. Our love is more important. Our love is more solid than any prenup in the world. But switch the roles, switch it around. If she was the millionaire and he wasn't, oh, baby, prenup all day. Prenup all day. Because when they work for it, it's more important and more special to them. They don't feel that they have to give any of their money to you when they've worked hard for it. But because it's you and you work hard, it's like it doesn't matter. It's like, oh, that goes out the window. Like, oh, you worked hard for it, but as a man, that's your job. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed. And I'm just supposed to be here to just take everything you work hard for because I got a vagina and I can give you some kids, right? And maybe fix you a meal once a month. Like, come on now, this is insane. And the jig is up. Men are smarter and wiser to the nature of a lot of these gold diggers, and they're not putting up with it. Now, once again, we don't know for sure if this is to be fair. We don't know for sure if this is the reason why they called off. I could be totally wrong, but not even just speaking on this particular case, just speaking in general, we know that there are women out there. Even if this is not the case, we know that there are women out there who move in this way. It's all about a bag. It's all about a money. It's all about getting to that soft girl life. It's not about whether you care about the man and you really want to build a life with him. It's about what you can gain from him. And there are a lot of women out there who only are in relationships that they can benefit from. And if they can't benefit from it, they're trying to move on. Or they'll create a narrative where they can get money out you if they can't get it out you any other way. Look at what's his name situation. What's his name? What is his name? I was about to say Corey Holcomb, not Corey Holcomb. Unc. What's Unc name? And on the what is it, y'all? I'm trying to think. What is his name? Who lost all that money to that white girl? What's his name? Former NFL player he got a podcast with Ocho. What's his name? I can't think his name right now. Shannon. Thank you. Yeah, Shannon. Look what happened with Shannon. Fooling around with this woman, even though he was just playing around with her. Raw dogging her, I'm probably sure, or who knows what they were doing. All kinds of stuff. Maybe not raw dogging, because I don't think he wanted to get her pregnant, but doing whatever. And look how much he had to spend on her, fooling around with her. Well, she can make up an allegation and then say whatever, and then they're gonna get the bag in one way or another. They're gonna lock you into something. They're crafty. You know, they get in your circle just to find ways to manipulate you and take advantage of you. If he was an average Joe without any money, they wouldn't even care because you know you ain't getting much. But when it comes to these men with money, oh yeah, these women, they can't wait. They can't wait to stick their fangs into you and try to drain you dry like a financial vampire of everything that you got. And they don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about your family. They don't give a damn about what you got going on. You got money. You can make more. You know, so this is how a lot of women operate. And, you know, I just think that men have to be smarter. You can't just be running around here thinking that you could just, you know, raw dog anybody or just, throw that thing all around with anybody and don't realize that you could be putting yourself in harm's way, that you could stand to lose a lot of what you work hard for your whole life. And I don't think they like that, but you know, the coochie is on their brain, and that's just probably, you know, they're not thinking straight. You're not thinking with your head up here. You're thinking with the one down there, and then it costs you. It's gonna cost you more than you're willing to pay. And so I think it's smart. If this Dak Prescott situation is about that, he has definitely dodged a bullet. In my opinion, he has definitely dodged a bullet. In my opinion, I just think that and this will, if this is a situation, well, he already knows better, because if he's requiring her to sign a prenup and she wouldn't do it and she called it off, well, you dodged a bullet. Now you know what she was all about. And it doesn't matter if they give you kids. A lot of these women will lay down with you and give you children, create a family with you, and know good and well that their intentions for you were not meaningful and were not honest. You know what I mean? Or legit. They were in it for the money the whole time. So I say all this to say, yes, I do think this man dodged the bullet, and I think other men are realizing something too. They're doing things sort of like that guy who put all his money and his stuff, financial stuff, in his mother's name. So according to him, he don't really make much, you know, to protect himself. They're finding ways to protect themselves from potential leeches who are sitting back, conjuring up a plan in their mind and trying to find ways to manipulate these men for money because they don't want to work and they want a lifestyle that they can't afford themselves. So this is why, part of the reason why men are moving away from women. And this is part of the reason why men don't want to get married, because they see what's happening and they want no parts of it. You know, there are people out here who are saying, that having these conversations are contributing to the demise and the dismantling of couples and contributing to the divide between women and men. I don't think that these types of conversations are dividing men and women. I think women have already created the divide. We're just focused on why it's happening and how delusional a lot of these women have been, which is leading and two, the demise of the relationships between women and men. No, I don't think people having a conversation about what has occurred and what is occurring. I think they've already set the stage for what is happening. And I think people who say that, saying that, because I saw on Instagram, I think, or TikTok, that men were saying that, like, essentially red pill community and conversations are helping the divide. No, I don't think this is the aftermath of it. I don't think that in this point in time that most people talking about it is contributing to the divide, because if that's the case, what would you want us to say? Do you want us to be blind to what's happening? I think that was the problem in the first place, that a lot of men were kind of blind to the nature of women to a degree that they didn't realize how women really thought, because women were chameleons. They were playing games. So men just didn't know, because women are good at doing that. So when they let the cat out the bag and they started being honest about it, not realizing that they were exposing themselves and that men were listening, now it changed. The men changed their direction. They went a different way, because they realized, oh, this is what it is. And I don't think men are stupid. I don't think every man is out here just oblivious and stupid and just going to do, something that goes intrinsically against his nature and his standards. If you have common sense, you understand that this is what these women are looking for. So I'm going to direct my attention a different way. I'm going to move in a different way. That means that's called being smart and being logical. Because if you see what's happening, and I'm not saying that you should attribute everything that you see on social media to every person that you meet. Every woman is like that, or that's like painting every man as a deadbeat. No, I don't think you should do that, but you definitely have to move in a cautious way to protect your interests, or protect yourself, protect whatever you got. I think that makes a lot of sense. And so I think having the conversations is not contributing to it, because that would mean that people will want us to be quiet and just let whatever happens and not say anything about it. And I think that's been the problem all along. So I think this is just, it's almost just reiterating what women have caused, because women will never acknowledge that they are the problem. And this is not all women, but for the women that it refers to, a lot of these women will never acknowledge that they're the problem. They will never acknowledge that they played a part in all of this. They will never do it. So if they won't do it, then other people would have to. And once again, I don't think that this is contributing to the divide. I think it's just calling it what it is and explaining why men are moving, because women are still out here asking, why are men moving? Why are men not approaching? Why? And so if you keep asking why, then we got to keep telling you why, because you seem oblivious, as if you had no part in it and you just really don't know what the hell happened. That just makes that's mind-boggling to me. I just don't understand how that could have hurt. But so yeah, if you're delusional and they're don't understand what's happening, somebody got to tell them, because they keep asking. So as long as they keep asking, as long as they keep painting the narrative, then we got to have the counter. You can't just let people keep making these rules and assumptions and painting the narrative and nobody counter it or nobody say anything. Just let that fly. That's what's been happening for years. That's been a narrative when it comes to the Black community and Black people and Black men in particular for years. Black men are all deadbeats. They don't take care of their kids. That's been the narrative for years. And nobody's ever said anything, because, men just didn't have a voice. Women always have had a voice. Men have never had a voice to say, no, I wasn't a deadbeat. I wanted my family and I wanted this. And because women, it's easier for people to believe all women, right? And believe what women put out there. And that has been the narrative for years. So it's about time that men can speak up and say, hold on, wait a minute, pump your brakes. It wasn't that. She kept me from the child. Or whatever the situation is. We know all of this exists one way or another. But we just can't keep making it seem like it's just one way when it comes to men. That all men are this way and all these women are just perfect angels, when we know that is a damn lie. Nobody is perfect. So that's where I come from with it. Y'all know I've said the same thing over and over and over, because I believe that and I stand on it. I don't think all women are perfect at all, because I know a whole bunch of low down, dirty women. Some low down, dirty men. But we got to stop acting like all the men are low down, dirty and all these women are just angels. Because no, women act like men, talk like men. They do dirt like men, sometimes worse. So it all exists. So, once again, it's all about putting things into perspective and not just generalizing everybody and putting everybody in this one little box, because we know that it's just not the case. But yeah, most people will say that this man dodged the bullet and he can move on with his life knowing what it is and just raise y'all kids. Jamil 843, thank you for the super chat, says Travis Hunter is next, child. That's what they saying. That girl don't like him, baby. Look, we've seen something. So, and I'm not trying to, I don't prey on nobody's fall or downfall. That ain't my thing. But I mean, there are some red flags that we all have seen. You know what I mean? So, child, I'll just say this: I wouldn't be surprised. I don't want that. Hopefully, they can work it out and really have something going. But if it happens, I wouldn't be surprised. Thank you, Jamil. I appreciate you once again for the support. So, Successful MD, what's going on? Successful MD says the problem is men trusting women, chameleons. Right. I do think that is a part of the problem, Successful MD. And I think a lot of men have been that way because they just didn't know. I'll give men a little bit of leeway because some men just didn't know. A lot of men have been on my panels and said how they thought women could do no wrong. They trusted women. They were like, nah, this is because women are different. Women don't do this. Women don't do certain things. I think men have put women on a pedestal for years, just believing that they wouldn't do certain things, that they're just good. And it was sort of a shock to some men that a lot of these women would move the way they move. And so once again, it's not all women, but it's for the women, the ones that act that way, Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you, bro. BGT 54. Okay. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Forgive me for not, saying your name out, but thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you so much for being here, for supporting the channel. Thank you once again. Rack 9, thank you for the super chat. Says, can guarantee you she was under the impression that he would sign the prenup after having those kids and then divorce him and put him on child support. Baby, trust me. I mean, it's a possibility, Rack 9. Trust me. I mean, that's a strong possibility because that's what we see happening. And once again, I don't want to put every woman in that situation, but what's the reason you walk away from your wedding that's about to happen very, very soon, weeks away, and you just decide at the bachelorette party, like, oh, to hell with it, I'm out. I don't want to do it. Why? Because you don't want to get to the day of the wedding and not do it, knowing that he's serious about you signing that damn prenup. You know what I'm saying? Or who got to? She would have to sign the prenup, right? So he did. That would make sense to me, child. Thank you, Rack 9. I appreciate you once again. JSU Tiger 07, thank you for the super chat. Says, if a woman refuses to sign a prenup, in my opinion, she's a gold digger. Oh my God. If she loves him, a prenup shouldn't scare her. You know what? I agree with you 100%. Thank you, JSU Tiger 07. I agree with you 100%. I say it all the time. This is why I say, when you meet a woman, and I'm going to stand by this too. When you meet a woman, before you have everything, to me, that's the ultimate test. That's the ultimate test, is to know if you have a woman who's going to rock with you when you have nothing. And she's there with you and going through the thick and the thin of it all. She's there for you when you were, you didn't have anything. And she loved you for you and it didn't matter. Or maybe, and then once you get to that place, that's the woman you keep. That's the woman you don't mess around on, in my opinion. That's the woman that you love wholeheartedly because she really is there for you for the right reasons. I just think a lot of times, in some cases now, this is where I fault the men, because I'm like, you get a ride or die chick. You got a chick that was there with you when you was eating noodles, right? And she was there with you when you didn't have, she was helping you. Because in a lot of these cases, the women was actually helping them. They had to get money. Ryan Coogler talks about his wife. The producer of Sinners and stuff. He talks about his wife was there for him, actually gave him the first money that he needed to start his career, basically, to help him out. Those women are the women that you're supposed to honor and cherish. You don't let them go and you don't do them dirty. But some of these men, from what I've seen, and I'm not going to say this the majority, but some of these men mess over those types of women. Those women stick with you, ride with you when you had nothing. And then when you blow up, those women should be right there, and you should honor and cherish and love her, because you know for a fact she's a real one and she's really there for you for the right reasons, and she's still supporting you and still by your side. But sometimes those women get cheated on and get messed over, and I think men do those types of women a disservice, and I don't think you should do that to that type of woman, you know, because you know she's there. And so I think those women need to be cherished and loved properly, and you need to honor her, because that's your true love. That's the one who's there, and she's not there with conditions. She's there because she knew you had potential, and she was there even though you didn't have no money, and she loved you in spite of all of that, because not only did she see your potential, but she was there supporting you and there with you through it all. So to me, that's when you find a good one. And I think that you can't, you know, it's hard to find that when you are at the top, because majority of the women seeking you, they're only seeking you for what you can, how they can benefit off of you, because they're thirsty and they need money. You know what I'm saying? So I just think when you find a woman like that, you should cherish her. You should treat her, you know, people want to talk about the queens and all that. She need to be treated with the utmost respect and love, because those are the ride or dies right there. That's why you hear some of these men say they will never leave their wives. Their wives was there when you had nothing, and they look at them in that way. And I think that's how it should be. But when you at the top, you know, and you looking for love, it's going to be very difficult, because a lot of these women ain't trying to get love. They trying to get a bag. They're trying to get a lifestyle. They want a soft girl era. They want to feel free to spend money like it's water and not have to worry about paying it back or paying for anything. You're a meal ticket. You're a savior to these women. And this is why they be scratching and surviving, looking for good times, you know, trying to find a way so they don't have to work hard. They don't have to do anything. And that's what they look for in these men. And so, yeah, I just think men are getting a little smarter. I think the tides are turning. I think the shifts of it's changing. You know, I just think that these women are not as able to finesse these men as they used to be. Now, some of them still doing it, but not the way they were doing it at first. Not these purse babies. It's getting a little bit more difficult for them to leech off of these men, because they don't want to work. They're going to have to get out here and slang it hard. Whatever you do to make your money, baby, if you out here selling it, you're going to have to sell it. You're going to have to sling it extra hard. You're going to have to dip it a little bit deeper. You're going to have to swing it around, whatever y'all got to do. Y'all know, I don't understand. We'll just lift it up high or swing on the chandelier even harder to get you some coins to pay for this lifestyle that y'all have accumulated, because you're not going to be able to finesse men in that way anymore. The jig is up. And this is why, and then on top of that, these men are not even communicating with these women anymore. They're just completely like isolating themselves from them, because they realize the nature of these women. Everybody wants 6 feet, 6 figures. You want a man to pay all your bills. And these men are saying, baby, who the hell y'all talking to? They're like, child, who? You think I'm giving my money? So they're going to have to really twerk it real hard and twerk it real good to get to the bag the way they want to. And they're going to have to do it on their own merit, because these men are not giving it to you just because you got a BBL and you think your vagina is the best and you so cute with the wig and makeup on. They're not doing that. You're going to have to really work hard. And this is why they're mad. This is why there's a lonely epidemic, which they like to put it all on the men. You know, there's a male loneliness epidemic, but they don't want to accept the fact that there's a female loneliness epidemic, that women are out here lonely and tired of being single because they're tired of paying all their bills. They're tired of doing it by themselves. They want to act like that don't exist. But it does. If you want to say it exists for some men, well, sure, I can accept that. But you got to accept that it exists for women too. And the problem with it when it comes to women is that women are the ones who are complaining the most. You don't see men all over TikTok saying, I'm just so lonely. I'm going to do my male voice. Let me do my man voice, y'all. Let me do my man voice.
I'm so lonely. I just need a woman. Where the women at? Why they not approaching us? Because we supposed to be sassy and we want to be like the women, so we want women to approach us. But where they at? Where they at? You don't hear men crying on TikTok. Men ain't crying. But they want y'all to be crying, saying we just need women. No.
They're not doing that. They're not out here begging and crying and snot nose and saying, I'm so lonely. I just need a woman. Where he at? They're not doing that. It's the women who are breaking down, crying every which way you turn on TikTok, whatever, crying, saying how lonely they are and how they need where they person at and all this kind of shit. So yeah, that's why we see that y'all the problem, because y'all to keep telling us. Hell, Divine Photos, thank you for the super chat, says this is why vetting is important for male athletes. Take the Derek Jeter approach. Put your career first. Then when you retire, focus on dating. Thank you, Divine Photos. I appreciate you for the support. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I just, once again, you have to protect yourselves as men, because if you have any type of money or whatever, you really got to be careful, because women out here, they thirsty. They desperate. They're getting real desperate. They're like, oh my God, please. These bills are high, and I never thought I'd be paying them all because I'm a woman and I have a vagina. So everything should be free. Oh my God. Complaining about the clubs not paying and making y'all pay, and the men are in their sections, which that video is coming soon too. Men are in their sections living their life. They ain't worrying about y'all. Y'all got to get your own drinks. No, ain't got nobody to dance with. Ain't nobody trying to approach. This is what y'all wanted. Decentering men is what they called it, right? Decentering men. This is what these representatives on social media has been saying. We're decentering men. We don't need a man. We get into our own bag. We got businesses. Well, then focus on your businesses and decenter men and be happy dancing with your girlfriends. Oh, but see, your girlfriends ain't paying for no drinks for you. See, the girlies are weird. They're like, girl, we girlfriends. We can do this, but they ain't paying for no drinks. They ain't paying for no sections. They ain't paying for all the girls. Everybody looking at each other like, who gonna pay? Not I or you. No, they want the men to do it. The men don't have that problem. See? And so, yeah, it's going to be an issue. And it is an issue. But they don't like it. Jamil, thank you once again, says, to quote Six the Goddess, ain't nothing but wigs and lies out here, fellas. No, that's what she said. Oh, my God. Ain't nothing but wigs and lies. I know that's right. Hell, and she's absolutely right. Thank you, Jamil, once again for those wigs and lies, baby. Shit, ain't no lies detected. That's all it is. And they mad because their lies aren't as effective. You get what I'm saying? Their lies aren't as effective anymore. You know what I mean? So now they're crashing out trying to force men to do this. The men ain't doing that shit, and they shouldn't do it. Thank you, Jamil. I appreciate you. Success Family says Dee with the sassy passport, bare voice. That's what it is. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to get me some more sounds. But yeah, thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Yeah, it just don't make any sense, y'all. But anyway, listen, all I'm saying is, look, you got to do better. Get it together. And I think that if both women and men are out here dating for the right reasons and y'all really want to work together, it could work. But a lot of these women don't want to work with a man. They're happy being, they say they're happy being by themselves and doing it by themselves, but they're really not. And I'm about to play this video that shows that. Divine Photos, thank you once again for the super chat, says, on a mental health topic, women always said men need therapy, but yet you see more women in social media breaking down. Look at the chick who stalked Rihanna. Oh my God, right. Oh my that God. Girl, that lady is batshit crazy. Yes, Divine Photos, thank you for the super chat, Divine. She's batshit crazy. You know what I mean? She could have hurt somebody in that lady's house. Yeah, that's why I say a lot of these women have mental issues that have not been checked. They're not on medications. They're not doing anything, walking around here just unhinged, just waiting for something to pop off. Like, I'm just saying, like, that's why I say a lot of women have gone unnoticed. They've been coddled for so long. Nobody's focused on them. The focus is always to be on the black man, to see how you can put him down in every which way possible. And the black woman is supposed to be on this hierarchy of betterness, because they could go to college. Somehow that makes them better than black men, when black men and women have had to struggle at the same rate. For the most part, we as black people, we all have had a struggle at some point in our history. It was a struggle for black people. So how did it get to a place to where black women are above black men? How do we get there? That they're better and they're above or beyond reproach? How is it that black women are so much better than black men when we all have had to struggle? We've all had the same issues in general. So you would think that black women and men would be more connected, right? And more together and understanding how we build together and how we can get somewhere. But no, they've divided and conquered the black men and women within our communities. And this is why we have this, and made the black women think that they're better than the black men. And then they look to white men to think that white men or any other race of man is going to pick them up once they've condemned the black man, right? And said how horrible he is and how all of them are just dusty and dirty. Now they thought that if they, that they're doing something, and so now it's going to make them better, and other groups of men just going to come scoop all these so-called perfect black women up and make them honest women and show the black man how good the black women. We haven't seen that happen yet. And it never will. We haven't seen that happen yet. If anything, black men are desired across the world. Black men are the ones who are desired by other groups of women and have an easier time dating and maybe marrying other groups of women than black women. But this is why I think, once again, the narrative was always pushed to condemn the black man and then turn your own women against you. And that has been an agenda, and it's worked. But it's also, and I said this a couple of years ago, it's going to backfire. And we're seeing it backfire towards black women. That you don't want them. Now they don't want you. They're not pursuing you. They're not talking to you. Now y'all thought that somehow that was going to make them more endeared to you and make them come. No, it just did the opposite. It did what it was supposed to do. In any other group, it would do that too. But they think black men are just lost and dumb or something, that they're just going to take the abuse and go with it and then come back and pour into you and give you all their money. No. No, that doesn't make any sense. I sure wouldn't want my sons to do that. That would be insane. But they're used to black men being these types of guys, these guys who are actually will give you a chance over and over and actually love you and actually be there for you. But they've taken advantage of that, and you've weaponized that, and you use that to take advantage of them and talk shit about them, and then you still want them to turn around and pay your bills and do all this. Where they do that at? You just think they're dumb. That's what I would think. You think I'm stupid if you could cuss me out to my face, right, and tell me how I ain't shit and all of that, and tell me I'm the bottom of the barrel and I can't be as good as a white man and all this, the stuff that they say. You think you could cuss me out to my face and then turn around and say, I need you to pay all my bills as a black. You need to level up. Why would I level up for you? Oh my God. Why would a black man level up for you when they know how you really feel? Their feelings didn't change. You just desperate and you don't have no money. So it would make sense for these men to move their own way, because who wants to be in a situation with people have talked dirty about you and told you ain't nothing. If you ain't 6 feet tall and you don't make 6 figures, you ain't nothing, according to them. Why would I go out my way and break my neck to chase you down just to struggle to pay all your goddamn bills and take care of Pookie kids? Why would I do that? Oh my God. Yeah, to me, that says you think these men are dumb. So yeah, it's very annoying. It really is. And do they realize it? I don't know, but it's just a stupid narrative and it doesn't make any sense. And it's why men are not dealing with these women. They created the divide, not the fact that people are talking about it. No, you've already created this mess and now you got to get yourself out of it, or just be content with where you are. Because once again, you would think they would be content. They chose the bear. You chose the goddamn bear. Oh my God. You chose the bear, right? So why are you mad that you got what you wanted? You asked for it. You didn't think you was going to get it. You got it. And now you're pissed that you got what you asked for. You can't make it up. That sounds typical of a lot of these black women. You got what you wanted. So why are y'all mad? You've decentered men. They've been saying that for years. When decentering men, I think I was hearing that in 2022, if not earlier. And y'all got it. You've been able to decenter the men, and the men are not, interested. So why y'all mad? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. You got what you wanted. You must didn't think you didn't expect to get it. 87 Stevens, thank you for the super chat. It says it all started with Grandma and Grand Pookie in the 90s. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, listen, it is what it is. They're gonna have to learn one way or another. You're gonna have to figure this out one way or another. It's unfortunate, y'all, but it is what it is. I totally understand what's going on. Thank you, 87 Stevens, once again for the super chat. I'll read this super chat, then we're going to get into the video. Latrell M, thank you once again for the super chat. It says, I appreciate women for telling on themselves on the internet. Congratulations, you played yourself. Oh, exactly. God. They definitely have. And I don't think they realize it, which once again falls right into the nature of women. You say things that you think is a flex and that it's doing something for you, but is actually exposing you and exposing your nature, which causes men to see you for who you really are and move accordingly. But once again, women believe the hype that they're all smarter than men and that they could just say anything and they're just smarter, when a lot of cases that's just not true. I know a lot of smart men, smart black men. I know a lot of dumb black women. There are a lot of women who are educated and actually are smart, who have some sense in their heads. Yes. So this is why I say all of it exists. There's no one, all black women are so educated and smart and they got all this. No. And all black men are just this bad and this and that, or all black men are just so smart and so educated. No, it's a mixture of all of it. You just got to find a person that, is, compatible with you, that y'all can work together. But it still has to be you building together. I don't care what nobody say. It still has to be you building together. Even if you meet a man who's financially stable, you still have to build with him in a different fashion. You still have to build. You just can't sit back like a fat rat and think you're supposed to sit back and do nothing and somebody's just supposed to cater to you. No, that day is over, baby. The men, they didn't get anything from that. That didn't benefit them. So why keep doing something that doesn't? Just like women say, hey, if it doesn't serve me, I got to walk away. Well, I think men are understanding, hey, they deserve more too. If you want to be served by a man, then you need to be willing to serve the man. It goes both ways. There's no hierarchy where women are better than a man and you're supposed to get all this great treatment and he's just supposed to sit down and expect nothing from you, but you expecting everything. He's giving you everything. No, that's dumb. That's old news. We're not in a traditional society anymore. We're in a modern society that women are finally accepting the fact, or where they have to, are forced to accept the fact that you wanted equality. Now you got it, baby. Don't nobody need to be paying for you to get in no clubs. You got your money, so use it. You want to get in the club, you got to pay. Whatever you want, you got to pay. And I think men need to stop catering to these women because that keeps making them delusional and keep them expecting it. They got to get to a point where they realize this equality that they fought for is what you got to accept the consequences of it. You can't say you want to be independent and still want a man to pay all your bills and take care of you and your kids. It don't work like that. Oh my God. But as long as we still have simpish men who will say, yeah, girl, I drink your bath water. Whew, yeah. Come on, whatever you want, whatever you need, I got you. You don't got to do none of that ish. They be talking about all them red pill. Baby, you fine as wine. Come on, I'm going to give you my whole paycheck. Like, as long as we got them, it's going to be a problem. Thank you, Latrell. I appreciate you. As long as you got somebody talking about they'll swallow your bath water and drink your bath water because you so fine and they'll give you their checks, it's going to be a problem. Let's move on. I want to move on to the loneliness epidemic situation. I want to get into this. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Please hit the like button, y'all. We got about 125 people in here. How many likes? 84 likes. Come on now, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. All right. Let's move on.
Fucking tired of being single. I'm 24. I've never dated anyone before, and by never dated, I mean I've never even held hands with a man. I'm tired of having to be independent. I'm tired of having to do everything by myself all the time. I'm tired of having to bring all the groceries up from the car by myself. I'm tired of having to always cook for myself because it's just me. So if I don't cook, I don't eat. I'm tired of having to go and do cool and fun things by myself, and I can do it by myself because I've always done it by myself. But it would be nice to have a partner to go out to lunch and dinner with and try all these new experiences with and go to the farmer's market with, and not having to do everything by myself all the fucking time. I am constantly alone. It's constantly just me. If something happens, the only person I can rely on is me because there's no one else there.
Honey, you are freaking deluded.
For so many years, the rhetoric was all these women are going to end up alone. There's never been so many women that are unmarried without children. And I think this takes back the narrative of like, look at these lives that women are building and look how much happier you can be single than with somebody that is dragging you down and draining your resources.
This idea of unmarried, alone, single, childless women, full of their career, being happy. This is the story I always tell about that, 40-year-old woman who lives in a place like New York City and has the really nice apartment and has the really good job. And, everyone, all of these young women look at her and say, oh, she's got it all. She didn't need a man and she didn't need kids. And inside that woman is rotting.
You know what? And she's right. And the thing about it, and this is why I say, as a woman, you get to you're privy to the nature of women, other women, and you hear what women say behind closed doors. And this is how I know a lot of these women are totally depressed. They are totally depressed. And this is why when they see women who have the family and have the husbands and all that, they admire that and they want that. But they're still so conditioned and brainwashed to believe that being these independent, successful women is the end all be all. I'm not mad at a woman or anybody who has a career or is successful. And that's what you choose to do. I think it's great that you have the choice to say, hey, I want a career, I want to be a career woman. And I want to, this is what I want. This has been my dream my whole life. And you've been able to accomplish it. I'm not mad at that. That's the thing. I'm not mad at your choice. I'm not mad at the fact that if that's what you want in life and you get that and you're happy with it, more power to you, sister. I'm not mad at nobody for going after their dreams. But the problem is they're mad at it because they think they can have it all in the way that they're going about it. They think that this is what I wanted all my life. I worked hard, really hard, and I got it. You got it. Congratulations. But the problem with women is once you get that success, once you've accomplished that, now you want something else. Now you want the thing that you don't have. And this is typical for a lot of women. And especially when it could be for anybody, men or women. But what I see in women is women change the goal. They change the goalpost. You move it. Once you've gotten something that you wanted forever, now it switches. Now you want something else. So you get the career, you have the job, the apartment, the money, the car that you dream car, all these things, but now you're longing for something else. And typically the women who have been successful in that way, they typically don't have children. So the thing that they're missing now, I have the money, now all that's missing is a man and kids. This is what these women say. This is what a lot of these women say. Now you want the husband, you want the kids. But by the time you realize you want that, it's in most cases, a bit too late. Is it impossible? No, because there are women who have been able to do that, but it's not a bunch of them. And they're the minority and not the majority. So the majority of women, you have the career, you end up with the career, no kids, and lonely. Sleeping with man to man to man just for, just for fun. But no real commitment from a man who wants to be with you, because a lot of times these women are a little bit older. They're past their prime. These men usually are looking for younger women who are in their prime, which is typically in your 20s, when you're most fertile, when you're your best self physically, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And I can only speak for myself. I definitely think I was much better physically in my 20s. No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, getting older, you notice the difference if you're gonna be honest. It doesn't mean you're done with it, you're cooked. You know what I'm saying? But you if you're gonna be honest, yeah, come on now. As you get older, things definitely change if you're gonna be real about it, because that's just life with all of us, men and women. Men aren't exempt. Men get older, they lose their hair, they get a little. If you don't take care, you got to really put in the work to take care of yourself. We all get old, we all age. You get wrinkles. You know what I mean? Some people get diabetes, some people get high blood pressure. Things just start going downhill. Oh my God. Even some of the healthiest people still have issues. Knees get to hurting, back get to hurting, things you've never experienced start happening. That's all of us. Nobody is exempt from aging. I don't care how well you take care of yourself. You could be healthy and happy and good. You still gonna age. So the only thing you can do is age gracefully. Ain't nobody gonna be stuck in, I don't care how good you look for your age, you still are aging on the inside. Oh my God. There's nothing you can do about it. Ain't nobody can stop that. So the aging process is hitting us all. So it don't make no sense to be in denial, but you can definitely age gracefully and understand that, no, you are not the same as you were at 40 when you were in your 20s, for the most of us. Some people could deny that all they want. Come on. We see it. So that's everybody. But there are a lot of women who walk around and say, oh, these men, oh my God, they're aging and they got this and they got y'all aging too. Men losing hair, women losing their hair too. Shit. Women going bald too, getting mustaches and growing hair in places they never thought, and getting old, wrinkles, crow's feet, backs aching, pot bellies, hurting knees, hurting toes. You can't see, you need glasses. You never need a glass a day in your life. Now, 40 years old, you got to get a prescription. You can't see, your vision is blurry. Come on now. You get tired easily. Be 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you sleepy as hell. Oh my God. What you think that's from? High blood pressure, hypertension, stress, all that working. It's for all of us. Nobody is exempt. So when I hear women saying, oh, that men, they having these issues and all that, women have issues too. We all have issues. Stop. Oh my God. We all do. So listen, this is why I say, listen, you gotta prioritize the things that you want when you're younger and prepare for that, and so that you can achieve it. Know what it is you want. I always say, listen, I say you can have all. I believe you can have it all, but not all at the same time. And as women, you have to prioritize the things that you know are that have a time frame on it. If you want family, you want kids, you want a husband, you need to prioritize that in your 20s, in my opinion. You need to be married in your 20s, have your kids, however many you want. If you want 1, 2, 3, have those kids, in my opinion, have them close together. Build your life with your husband, y'all build together. And then by the time you're in your 40s, 50s, you have time to do other things now because your kids are out the way. So now you can prioritize other things. You can prioritize a business. You can prioritize, things that you've always wanted to do. There's a way to do it, but people don't want to see it that way because they're so focused on their own selfish needs first. You want to pursue your selfish, you're selfish. You only see what you want first as opposed to the family. Because when you start with a family, the priority is not on you. It's on your family. It's on your kids. It's on your husband, and vice versa. Your husband's out here working for his family so he can build up for his family. So when your children are older, you have something, built up more for them. And now once they go on and live their lives and build their lives, now you and your husband, now y'all can do things more. You can establish certain things, or whatever you want to do, you can do it better. But you got selfish people, selfish women who don't want to put their own selfish needs aside for the family that they're later going to desire. You know what I mean? So that's the way to go about it. Because when you do the career first, it take years and you build that career up and you forego husband and children. And by the time you're 40s, now that you built up in your career, you're successful. And now the family thing, it usually doesn't happen. So there's a way to do it if that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? So trust me, and I stand by that. James Scott, 3959. Thank you for the super chat. Says gays and lesbians have partners. Oh right. Right. Thank you, James. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. Baby. This fan is getting my great win 86. Thank you for the super chat. Says, as a black man, I love to date good black women, but they treat me so bad and get mad when I go after Maria and Becky. Wow, that's crazy. Why do you think they treat you bad, Gray Win? Why is that? That's crazy. That's crazy. And then they get mad when they see you doing that. Oh, well, black men, they get successful, they go over here. Well, if you don't want them, what you expect them to do? You know what I mean? It's just asinine to me. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you for being here. It just doesn't make any sense, child. Anyway, let's continue, y'all. I don't know why it doesn't play. Let's see. Pause, play. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm trying to get let me put it back in the clip to play. I don't know why it stopped playing. But let me try to pull it up again. Hit the like button, y'all, while we're waiting for the clip. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like. I'm trying to find a clip. I don't know why I wasn't playing, y'all. My bad. Be patient with me, y'all. It might start over.
Tired of being single.
It started
I'm
over.
24. I've never dated anyone before, and by never dated, I mean I've never even held hands with a man. I'm tired of having to be independent. I'm tired of having to do everything by myself all the time. I'm tired of having to bring all the groceries up from the car by myself. I'm tired of having to always cook for myself because it's just me. So if I don't cook, I don't eat. I'm tired of having to go and do cool and fun things by myself, and I can do it by myself because I've always done it by myself. But it would be nice to have a partner to go out to lunch and dinner with and try all these new experiences with and go to the farmer's market with, and not having to do everything by myself all the fucking time. I am constantly alone. It's constantly just me. If something happens, the only person I can rely on is me because there's no one else there.
Honey, you are freaking deluded.
For so many years, the rhetoric was all these women are going to end up alone. There's never been so many women that are unmarried without children. And I think this takes back the narrative of like, look at these lives that women are building and look how much happier you can be single than with somebody that is dragging you down and draining your resources.
This idea of unmarried, alone, single, childless women, full of their career, being happy. This is the story I always tell about that, 40-year-old woman who lives in a place like New York City and has the really nice apartment and has the really good job. And, everyone, all of these young women look at her and say, oh, she's got it all. She didn't need a man and she didn't need kids. And inside, that woman is rotting.
I'm 24 and I've never dated anyone, and this is for everyone that's been calling me aggressive for my video where I was talking about how I don't want unsolicited opinions from people that have always been in relationships. And I don't think that's a crazy fucking ass. How are you sitting next to your fucking boyfriend tell me relationships aren't that bad? Love yourself. Friendship is enough. Maybe find a hobby. Break up with your boyfriend. Break up with your girlfriend. Oh, that husband you have? Yeah, leave him. Leave him. If being single for your whole life is so fucking great, go ahead and leave your relationship and join the club. Babe, like, we have space in the car. Come on, girl, let's go. Join the fucking singles club. Oh, what's that? Exactly. That's what the fuck I thought. It's okay to be single and, like, love yourself and, not center relationships, but it's also okay to be single and love yourself and want relationships. Like, I want a relationship. That's not so bad, I think.
I'm tired of people telling me that I'm good looking, talented, I have a great personality, and that everybody would be lucky to date me, and yet I'm still fucking single. I'm tired of people telling me to put myself out there when I've put myself out there so many times and nothing ever works out for me. It just ends up being super awkward, or they ghost me, or I get heartbroken. I'm tired of people telling me to go on different dating apps when I've tried literally every dating app on the market and it's always the same shit. Guys only ever want to have sex or hook up. It's very rare to find someone that wants to go on a date with me, and then if I do go on a date with them and then they realize that I don't want to have sex with them right off the bat, they stop talking to me and they completely ignore me and do a whole 180 and act like they hate me since the moment that they met me on the stupid app. And then if I go with women, most of them don't even talk, and the ones that do talk give me very dry conversations, and if I have dates with them, they end up just being my friend. I'm tired of making friends on dating apps. Like, all these people are amazing and I love them, but I want somebody to love me romantically. I want someone to hold me, someone to kiss me, someone to cuddle with me, someone I can talk to late at night, cry to them. I'm tired of making all of these great friends that don't give me the emotional and physical supports that I need. And I'm so tired of people being like, well, it's not your looks that's the problem. Clearly, because I've seen other big girls get into relationships too. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Why am I still single? I'm so tired of it.
Oh, damn. God damn. God damn. God damn. God damn.
Oh my God.
God damn. Damn. But, baby, listen. Do we see men doing that? Hell to the no. Do we see men crashing out like that? No, we don't. Child, she need love. She need love right away, ASAP. We don't see men doing that shit. She's like, oh my God. And I believe her too. I believe her. But she got to do some soul searching, baby. She got to look in the mirror 1,000 times. And baby, you got to figure out, she's realized she big too. Because that other big girls getting women, getting men. And she willing to go both ways. She said she's real. There's some desperate chicks out here. She'll take a chick. You men ain't trying to get with her. She'll take a chick, but the chicks don't say nothing. They don't, what's going on, girl? Like, y'all see men doing this? No, we don't. It's getting real scary. Really scary out here in these dating streets. You know what I mean? And then they be the main ones talking about, oh, well, we don't need a man. And when this and that, then they be crying. Well, y'all, guess what? It's like a psychopath. 1 minute, I don't need, because one thing for sure and two things for certain. I don't need a goddamn man because your girl, and it's not like I can't get attention because I got a bunch of niggas in my DMs. So I could get a man, but girl, I don't want one. I'm single by choice. You know what I'm saying? Because I could pay my own bills. I could pay my own car note. I could buy this. I could do that. And then next 2 seconds, y'all know what? And what they'll make the disclaimer. Oh, but don't come at me for this. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. I mean, it's a common theme. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. I think I want a man. And the girlies are still decentering men, but I think I want somebody, just somebody I could, somebody I could cuddle with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't have to be all that, because we still decentering men, but I just want somebody, I could just spend some time with, because your girl is a little lonely. Now, don't hate me in the comments, because I'm still, with the girls, but I really just want somebody to love me and, maybe be around and, just to be with. They gotta make that disclaimer that, oh girl, I'm still with the decentering men, girls. Don't come at me, but I just really, I just won't try to minimize it. Like, oh, I just want somebody just to have a little time with. Then when I'm tired with them, I can send them back, knowing good and damn well you ain't trying to send them back. You really desperate for attention. You really want some man to love you. It's okay. It's okay to want love. That's the part I understand. We're in a society where women are afraid to say they want love and they want attention from a man and they want to be with a man. Society has adopted this idea of this, hit it and quit it culture. This, what you call it? What is it? What is it, y'all? Damn, my brain is dead. What's it called? What's the word? I can't think of it. Lord. What they just hooking up, this situationship. They've created this narrative and this idea of this culture of situationships, transactional. That's the word I was looking for. Transactional situationships. To now, even the women who want love, they're afraid to actually say it. They're afraid because the sisterhood gonna condemn them. The sisterhood gonna say, "Why are you trying to be with a man? We don't need men. We're decentering men." They're afraid to even say that they want companionship, as if it's a bad thing. So they got to stay true to the sisterhood and stay true to that idea that they're centering men. We don't really want a man. We don't really need them. And then when they realize they want one, they're scared to even say it. Or they can't find it now because you done, perpetrated a fraud. You done made yourself seem like you didn't need men, but deep down you really want one, because that's how most of them are. All of them said, I don't want one, but damn, the men ain't even around. Y'all didn't want them around. You lied to yourself. You made the sisterhood. You think the sisterhood was gonna support you? Did y'all think the sisterhood gonna be y'all man? Y'all thought the sisterhood was gonna pay for the dinners and pay for the club drinks and all that? Y'all thought the manly sisters gonna step up and be like, we the new men. Here we are, ladies, here we go. All the butch ones gonna come up to the club and say, here, come on, we got you, we paying for you to get in. Y'all don't see that happening. They don't even want to deal with you. They must have thought the butch ones was gonna, turn into like this in the video. The girl says, well, who's gonna be the men? Well, y'all don't need them. Y'all the new men. Y'all can get to the bag, make the money. Y'all bosses. Y'all making more money than the men, so why you need the men to pay for you? If you making more money than the men and they all broke and dusty, they can't afford to pay for you, right? Right. So y'all don't need them for that. Y'all got it. James Scott, thank you for the super chat once again, says it's about to be 5 million women march soon, child. Hey, what they marching for? Child. James, what they marching for? For something they created? What they marching because they mad at their goddamn self? They're gonna be marching because they mad at themselves, James. They're mad at themselves because they put themselves in this predicament. No man and nobody else had put them in this situation. I don't care. Even if you've been in a bad relationship, that's your anecdotal relationship. You get away from that person. Every man is not like that. They're gonna be marching against their own something they ask for it. You're gonna be marching out in the streets mad because you dissentered men, and now they're dissentered. They moved out your way. Y'all said y'all would have a great life and things would feel great if all the men would move out the way. So the men are moving out the way. Let's see what y'all got. Let's see what you got. Thank you, James. I appreciate you. It just don't make sense. And I really wish women would get it together. For real. Because I think women could be really great. It's just you got some things you got to work on. That's all. Some things you got to work on. Successful MD. Thank you for the super chat. Says she could date a treadmill for free. Free dates. They don't want them kind of dates. That's too much work. You know, people don't want to put in work anymore. They just want things for free. And that's no, there ain't no handouts. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Ain't no handouts. Hell, you got to work for what you want. I don't give a damn who you are. Jamil, thank you for the super chat. Says the leaders of the sisterhood are covert lesbians. You know what? This is why I don't trust them damn girls trips. You're not going to get me on no damn girls trip and be trying to like look in between my legs. Are you serious? Shit, hell to the nah, baby. You ain't gonna be licking your tongue out of the corner trying to let me know what's up. Fuck damn. Yeah, they want all of the women single so they could go over and proposition you and move this. You can get something better over here. You know what I mean? That's what they be thinking. Shit, I don't think so. They better stay over there. Shit, I don't no parts of it. Thank you for the super chat. That's how they be. I believe that. Yeah, that's why we do. Oh, come on, girls, all these single ladies, let's go on the trips and then try something. You know, hell no. Mauricio, thank you for the super chat. Says, I wonder what this huge population of single women will vote for in the future. Surely not more government handouts with my tax money. Surely. Yeah, I mean, listen, they crying over Jasmine Crockett losing. So they ain't learning nothing. They're crying, you know. Thank you for the super chat, Mauricio. I appreciate you. They're crying. So, you know, they've been indoctrinated. College, all this stuff has indoctrinated these women to believe the way they believe. And it's going to take a lot for them to get out of that indoctrinated mentality. They're going to have to learn to do better. And it's going to take a while. It took a while for them to get there. It's going to take a while for them to get out. Thank you once again. I appreciate you. So, yeah, it's just crazy. It's just a mess, y'all. Let's continue.
This is actually insane. According to a recent stat, by the year 2030, 45 or upwards to 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single and childless. 45%. A room with 100 women, 45 of them will have no children and have no husband. Probably not even a boyfriend unless you consider AI as a reasonable alternative. Folks, this is the long-term effects of modern feminism. Say what you will. And some may even say that feminism won, right? This is what they wanted. They wanted the girl bosses. They wanted women to be more occupied with spreadsheets than bed sheets, right? The home became an insult to a woman's ego. And instead, it was for you to go out there and to not just be like a man, but to be better than the man at being the man. And now this is where we are. I don't think anybody wins in this. And I don't have a horse in this race necessarily. I have wifey and I stand on what I stand on. And, you know, I'm always going to be old school. But for those of y'all out there who think this is sweet, that is just going to appear one day, I will just go ahead and kick the can all the way down the road. You will be 43 and wonder what the hell is going on with you and me.
And ladies, please stop telling us that we don't need a man while you laid up with yours. I love you, sister, but that's not fair. That's not fair. You've had a boyfriend every year and I'm boy crazy because I want a man. You're laid next to your man while you're tweeting F these ends. Y'all don't need them. Be an independent, strong woman. Be a boss, babe. Stack your money. You don't need no man.
Yeah, because that's an agenda to keep you single, to keep you from not having what you want while they get what they want. That's what the whole all my single ladies pushing that single ladies narrative because they want y'all to be single. There's been a concerted effort to keep Black women single and apart from their men. And there's a benefit that somebody else is benefiting off of by you being single. And they don't get it. It made you think that it's a flex and that it's so great to just be all by your goddamn self. When you think about it, who really wants to just be by themselves for the rest of their life? All by yourself for the rest of your life. Like that sounds miserable to me. You know, I would like to think that most people will want companionship. You want a family. Most people want to raise their little sons and their daughters. You want a family. You want a family. That's what we're here for, really. To create the next generation of people. That's what we're designed for. So it's a natural part of you to want to have that because that's what we're designed for. You know, to me, it's a waste just to be here and not ever want to create a family. You know what I mean? To create the next generation of people that look like you and that's a part of your legacy when you're long gone. And also, it didn't even have to be that deep. Just the fact that you want to share life with somebody. You want to laugh and you want to have fun and you want to go through the ebbs and flows of life with somebody. Because you're going to go through the ebbs and flows of life, whether you go through with it with somebody or by yourself. You still going to go through it. I know a bunch of single people going through it. They're all over social media and they in real life. They're going through it. You still going to go through it, whether you with somebody or not. But wouldn't it be much more comforting to have somebody there to be supportive and in your corner, somebody that's got your back and you got that's a blessing in my opinion. And I think it's unfortunate that people are pushing against it to push some other type of narrative that really is not going to benefit you in the long run. Jamil 843, once again, thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you. Says, you know it's bad when studs don't want to be stepdads anymore. Somebody said even the studs are switching back over. They don't even want to deal with the women. And I've seen that these studs are saying these women are too entitled. Nobody wants all of this foolishness. At the end of the day, you could work hard and strive for financial gain and all that, but that's still not going to make you happy. There's too many rich people who are not happy because money is money. You can buy things with it. And once you're able to accomplish that, what's next? What else do you want besides that? Everybody know money comes and goes. But if you have loyalty amongst family and you have people who are there, children who love you and you're present in their lives and they respect you for it. And if you do it right, you get a great outcome. People who are there for you and love you unconditionally for real. Because even men are saying now that women don't love unconditionally, and it's true. A lot of them don't. It's love with conditions. They're not there for you, but there are people who are there with their loved ones, with their husbands, their wives, who are there because they are there for them, no matter what. But that's hard. That's getting harder and harder to come by because people are so superficial. Everything is about money. Because I'm getting to back. I don't give a damn about your money. I know money is fleeting. Money is great to have because we need it to live, of course, but that's not the only thing that matters. And at the end of the day, money ain't gonna stop you from dying. Money, I don't care how much good treatment you get. You can get the best treatment, but you still gotta die. That's inevitable. No matter how much money you got, it's certain things it cannot do. You can't stop the process. So you can live great with your money while you're here, and that's great. But you got to ask yourself why there's so many people who have that and they're still unhappy and they're still going through shit. That does not stop that, no matter what you got. You can't control other people, what they do. You can't control certain outcomes. Your money can't control everything. And I think the more people recognize that, the better off people will be. And maybe people will stop being so focused on this money aspect. You live your whole life chasing the bag and you never really get there. And then you miss out on so many other important things that you could have been doing with your life and building in your life. I don't think most people now get it, but they will. They will. Thank you, Jamil. I appreciate you once again. Let's continue.
So who's that next to you? And how is this fair, sister? How is this fair? Why am I not allowed to have a man, but you are? Oh, because my world don't revolve around him. Don't tell me I don't need no man, but you got you one. That's not fair. I love you, but I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to you. You never been single, so I'm not listening to you tell me I need to learn how to be single. Have you mastered that? Okay, I love you, but I'm not listening to.
Got my first boyfriend at 22, and these are things that people would say to me when I was chronically single that would piss me off. Number one is the classic, it'll happen when you least expect it. No, it did not. I had to go on probably 20 first dates with different men to find my boyfriend. I had to search for him. Number two, people would say, what's wrong with you when they would find out I've never had a boyfriend? And I think people would say this because I'm a decently attractive person. I'm like scared to say that because every time a girl says she's pretty on the internet, she gets canceled. But I don't think my looks were ever the issue on why I couldn't get a boyfriend. But I think people would assume like, oh, she's pretty, she must have a bad personality or some major deal breaker. Number three, people would always tell me your standards are too high, you're picky, some version of that. And one, that's not true because the standards I hold for a boyfriend are the same standards I hold for myself. Two, I think you're supposed to be picky when it comes to dating people, at least if you're dating people seriously. Because if you're trying to find someone you want to spend the rest of your life with, you gotta make sure they check off all the boxes. Finally, I would hate when people would tell me you're not missing out on much. Because if that was true, no one would have a boyfriend. And the funny thing is, it was always people who are in relationships that were telling me this. And now that I have a boyfriend, I'm like, that couldn't be farther from the truth because I was missing out on a lot. And don't get me wrong, I have a really fulfilling life. I have great female friendships. I'm doing well in school. I'm a content creator. I'm really happy with my life outside of my boyfriend. But I don't think platonic love is a substitute for romantic. They're two different things. That's okay. They each serve their purpose. Anyways, if you're chronically single or you were chronically single, do you relate to any of this?
Yeah, so basically what they're saying in the last two clips is that, women who are in relationships are telling other women, just be content being single and love your single life and all that. And I think, listen, if you are single, I don't think you should crawl under a rock and die. No, I think you should live your life and be content and be fulfilled in the things that you got going on, but while still prioritizing trying to find a relationship. You know what I mean? If that's what you want, if that's what you want. But at the same time, in this day and age, this is difficult to do because once again, I'm going to take it. Look, men are moving differently. Women are moving differently. Women have these unrealistic expectations for men and dating, and that's making it difficult for them to lock down a relationship with a man who actually cares. So they start just creating these transactional situationships to make it easier because they still want companionship. If companionship wasn't a thing, you wouldn't have so many 304s out here. You wouldn't have so many women sleeping around with men that they are attracted to because that is some semblance of a relationship or companionship, intimacy. They need something to fill that void. Women are emotional creatures. Women want love. We need attention. We need, to have that feeling from the opposite sex. We need that. It's a part of us. And so this is why so many women are out here just sleeping around, because if they can't get a man to take them seriously, then they got to have something. They got to have some type of intimacy or relationship or some type of connection with a man. They got to have something. So this is why they're around here sleeping around, because their feelings are all over the place. And when they need to, their feelings to be validated, well, they need to have a man. It's an emotional attachment thing, where you need to have some type of intimacy with a man because it makes you feel like you want to feel special, you want to feel important, you want to feel like there's something there. And even though even if it feels like it, and it feels like it, even if it isn't, it's just a temporary fix, to make you feel good about yourself and make you think that, oh, it is possible. But when you realize that it's the people that you're doing this with only want you just for that, and it goes nowhere past that, they get in their feelings again and they become depressed again. When a lot of these men that they play around with end up marrying somebody else and they be so crushed and hurt. And it's an unfortunate thing to see where women are so hurt and distraught behind a man who they thought they could have a relationship with by having but starting it with a transactional relationship, they're sleeping with him, thinking that it could morph into something more. And when it doesn't, and he goes and all of a sudden now he has a girlfriend that he really is taking seriously, and or if he's engaged, oh my God, to see them break down is an unfortunate thing to be able to witness. Like, damn. And you're like, why can't they just see you? Why can't they choose you? But it's an unfortunate thing to see. A lot of women go through this. This is why they're so distraught. This is why they be so bitter. This is why they take it out on all men, because now that man to mess it up for every man. And they're on this mission, on this hate train because of what that one man did to them, even though he never claimed to be your man. He never claimed to be your man. Y'all was just having fun. Y'all was having a good time. He never established you as his girlfriend, as that y'all was together. No, y'all was just having fun, and you agreed to that. You agreed to that because you thought in your mind, oh, it would be something more. Or he has to like me because I'm giving him my body and he loves it. And so what's there not to love? And then when he doesn't, you think something's wrong with you. And so women become really emotionally distraught behind stuff like that. But it's not necessarily the man's fault because he never claimed you. He never told you we was together. Y'all was just having fun. You were attracted to him and he were attracted to your body. And he gave you what you wanted too. Y'all both got something out of that. But then when he was ready to move on to something more serious, he did. And now you feel insecure because now you comparing yourself to the woman that he's with, and there's no comparison because she did the total opposite of what you did. That's why she got him, and that's who he wants to be with. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I say, listen, for women, y'all got to be a little bit smarter in how you're dating out here and date with intention. And don't present yourself as a 304 that you're just ready to bust it open so easily because you like him. You know what I mean? And you got to know what's important. If you want a man to take you seriously, you have to present yourself in such a way to let him know what you are about, that you're not just out here for a good time. You're not ready to just bust it open and have a good time and do whatever because he's not going to take you seriously, you know? And so once again, we got other women who push this type of narrative. Oh, just sleeping with them all. Just sleep with them. Just have a good time. Don't miss out on in your 20s. Have them all. Have a good time. If your good time is contingent upon you sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry, Pookie, Ray, Ray, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, and that's how you have a good time, then something is mentally wrong with you. As a woman, you should have more standards than that. You shouldn't be out here just thinking that that's your good time. You can't have a good time going to the movies. You can have a good time going to a picnic or a party or hell, wherever, a club, and then dance and have a good time. You can't take a trip somewhere. You can't have fun doing that. It always has to start with you busting it open for somebody that you don't know. Is that a imperative? Is that something that's a prerequisite? Is it for dating? I'm just saying, and then wonder why these men just hit it and quit it and get all up in your guts and then leave because he realized, oh, if you'll do this with me, you'll do this with everybody else. I wouldn't prescribe that for any woman. Like you should have, y'all talk about y'all know y'all worth, but you still busting it open, even 40 years old, to what you know your worth, and you still be sleeping with people that's not even in a relationship with you and is not taking you serious for such any type relationship. The 40-year-old women are still out here busting it open, bending it down, raising it up, turning it sideways, up, down, round and round for niggas that ain't even in a relationship with them. So y'all not learning anything. You just keep doing the same old thing over and over, thinking you're going to get a different result. You're not learning. Sunquay, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for being here. They're not learning anything. You're just doing what you think is best and you don't even know what's best. You're just doing it and hoping you get the result you praying and wishing and dreaming of. That's not logical. That don't happen like that. Then you get mad at everybody because you made poor decisions and you was wishing up on a prayer for something to happen and you did the wrong things and you didn't get the outcome. Now you mad at everybody else except you. You don't see your own faults and then you mad and don't want to even take accountability for that. So you keep doing the same old thing and then keep getting hurt by your own admission, by your own hands. So all of this y'all can't blame on a man. You can't expect a man to do something you wouldn't even do yourself. You want him to be responsible when you're not responsible yourself and you're playing with yourself. He ain't always playing with you. He doing what you allow. Whatever you allow is what they'll do. You can't get mad at them because they don't have a moral high ground and you don't have one yourself. You don't have a moral high ground, but you want him to have one. You're not respecting yourself, but you want him to respect. You want to say, yeah, I'll bust it open and give it to you because I'm here for the D. Yeah, I'm down. Then when he said, come on, let's do it. Then you mad because he agreed with something you agreed with. You want him to say, oh no, you're such a beautiful lady. You should not disrespect yourself like that. You shouldn't be offering me the vagina. You're so beautiful. You're so much better than that. I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm holding you to a higher standard because you should do that for yourself. You want the men to hold you to a standard you don't hold to yourself. You want men to turn away something you're offering. You want them to have all the morals and the standards and all of that, even when you don't. You want them to protect you from you. That don't work like that. And that's essentially what a lot of women are saying. You should do better. My body, my choice, but you should be respectful and you should be care enough about yourself to protect yourself. Even though I'm letting you sleep with me, I don't even care enough about myself to protect myself because I don't require condoms. I'm going to leave it to chance and I want you to be the responsible one. That's what they're saying in all of that, which don't make a bit of sense to me. That don't make no sense in the world. I want you to have the standards that I don't have. I want you to have the emotional intelligence that I don't have. I want you to have the moral standards, the moral fortitude to do the right thing, even though I'm here to do the wrong thing. I want you to be responsible and hold me accountable and make sure I don't do what I want to do, to make sure I'm not reckless. That's essentially what a lot of these women are saying. You can't make it up. Don't make sense, y'all. It doesn't. It does not. We're gonna move on, y'all, because I'm not gonna keep y'all too much longer. We're gonna move on. Make sure you're hitting the like button, y'all. 130 people. Okay, we got the likes up. Yay! Yay! Thank y'all. Finally, we got the likes up. Thank y'all so much. Let's move on to another quick topic, y'all. Thank y'all so much for getting the likes up. I appreciate you. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Let's move on. I want to play this next clip for y'all. Here we go.
To me when I say this.
Girl, what happened? Damn it. Hold on. Let me remove the clip and I'm going to put it back. I don't know why it's pausing. I don't know why. Why? Let me remove it and then I'm going to put it back up, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's see. I'm trying to find the clip, y'all. Dang it. Let's see. Hit the like button while we're waiting. Let's see. Hit the like button. Let's see. Video file. Come on. All right. I think I got it. Come on. Why is it acting? Okay, I think I got it. Here we go.
To me when I say this.
Yeah.
Do not have kids.
Hold on, y'all. Shout out to Paul Harrison in the building. Thank you, Paul, for being here. How are you? I hope all is well with you. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you, Paul, for the generous super chat. Paul says, hey, DeeDee, a marriage under the love of the Most High is a goal worth reaching for. Love you, sis. Your Brooklyn brother, PH. Thank you so much for the super chat. I didn't know you was from Brooklyn. Shout out to you from Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn, actually. Shout out to you. Thank you once again, Paul, for being here. Paul, you asked what days I go live. Typically, I try now. Don't quote me on it. I try to go live Tuesdays and Fridays because you did ask me that. I just couldn't respond at the time. But normally Tuesdays and Fridays, Paul. Yeah, so Tuesdays and Fridays I used to go live. But thank you once again, Paul. I appreciate you so much for supporting in a major way. I appreciate you. I appreciate every bit of it, Paul. Thank you so much. It definitely helps the channel out. Thank you once again for being here. Shout out to you. Let's continue. Here we go.
If you don't know the possibilities of your chance, the possibility and risk of your kids having Down syndrome, autism, being on the spectrum, cerebral palsy, all the above, do not have kids. So from time to time, I let my son come in here and play with his toys. He was way too quiet. Like, bro, this is the type of shit you gotta deal with. Water on the floor. He put the cashews and water in a blender and poured it on the plate and missed the plate. I'm tired. Every day is something. And then on top of that, me not having help from nobody, having no support system, nobody. He's with me 24/7. If you don't have no support system, if nobody's willing to get your kids and keep them a couple days so you can accomplish stuff, do stuff, get a peace of mind, even for a couple hours, don't have no kids.
Let me pause it for a second. Now, I will say this. I have children, when they were all small, it's a lot, But my thing is this. So her child, she's saying, is, autistic or on the spectrum or whatever. She's not the only one who has kids on the spectrum or have, delays and stuff like that. A lot of people deal with children who are on the spectrum or delays. Should you tell everyone not to have kids because you're dealing with that with your child? No, I don't think so. I don't think you should tell people to not have children. What I think you should tell them is to be responsible and make sure that you have a husband who wants kids and you guys plan for a family. That's what I would say. Not just telling people don't have kids, but maybe not have kids out of wedlock, not have kids just with men who you don't for sure know that they're going to be there and be supportive, and somebody that's not your husband. That's what I would tell you to tell people, not that they don't have kids, just don't have kids. And there are women out here who want families, men who want children, want families. But I think the way you go about it makes a difference. It makes a difference. There are lots of women who have children on the spectrum, and there are resources for that. But if you are a single mother who's on a strict budget and you don't have the resources to allocate, different things for your child on the spectrum, yes, it's all going to fall on you. And it could be very difficult to maintain. I understand the mental strain or stress of that. But when it's you specifically by yourself and you don't have any resources, you don't have any help, because there are resources out there, but they may cost something. And you all doing it all by yourself, yes, it's going to be more difficult, but I don't think women understand because they're listening to the sisterhood tell them, girl, who cares? It ain't going to be no difference with a man. No, that man provides resources. He's not only just a man, that's his child too. There are other resources to help children on the spectrum with autism and things of that nature, developmental delays and stuff like that, where it's not all just on you. There are programs for children on the spectrum that you can get your child into to do different things, where it's not so much and you're not so stressed out. But having children and raising children can be stressful because it's little people 24/7. It's a job. It really is. But what y'all are not telling people is that, hey, doing it by yourself is much worse. But they don't want to make that distinction because they're so busy out here pushing this idea that being a single mother is so great and, oh, it's okay. And you don't need a father for your kids and you don't need a man. And y'all out here doing stuff to you're putting yourself in this position. Because even if her child was not on the spectrum or not, it's still a child that you have to tend to 24/7. If he's not school age, you still have to be there. You had to get babysitters and you got to go to work. You're responsible for the bills. You're responsible for all of this. You put more stress on yourself with your actions instead of understanding the importance of having that father, having a two-parent household with resources from both sides there to help your child. And maybe, you know what I'm saying, is they don't see the benefit of it because everybody's so busy saying there's no benefit to marriage for a woman and this and that. Well, there could be if you're in a situation like this where she's so stressed out, she have no other recourse. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just think instead of telling people just don't have kids, no, don't become a single baby mama. Because it's hard doing it by yourself. Let's continue.
No, every day I tell myself, like, this is just too much for me. And then I question myself. And then I just be feeling like he don't even deserve. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. I was talking to his dad and I asked him, I said, name one thing it is that you want to do that you can't do because you have kids. And he just sat there quiet and looking at me and couldn't say nothing. He told me we'll finish the conversation when I make it home. Do y'all think we got on the phone and talked about it? Or said one word about it? No. Like, I try to give him freedom to play in the living room. We already live in a 1-bedroom. I try to, you can see how big my house is. Literally the hallway room, living room. Like, I try to give him the freedom to at least play in his bounce house and play with his toys, but I can't even do that. I can't even do that. I ain't had my eyes off of him for long. He kept running back and forth from the room to in the living room. Sometimes I really feel like God put too much on me that I can't.
Well, I mean, to be fair, and I'm not trying to be mean, God didn't put you in this position, boo-boo. God ain't had nothing to do with this. You see, this is the church and a delusional. God had nothing to do with your choices. That says everything to you, but about you and the choices you made with the man that you allowed to get you knocked up. God ain't had nothing. God didn't tell you to go and open your legs and bust it open and give a baby to a man that, I don't know if he's in the child's life or not. God didn't tell you to do that. And this is why I say people got to stop putting God in situations where God does not exist. God didn't tell you to do that. And if he did, when did he tell you? He told you on June 5th or such and such date, go and screw this man and give your baby. Did he tell you to do that? Oh my God. No. Let's continue.
I can't handle this. I just can't do it no more. I can't. And if he has somebody that would get him, so I can at least mentally get myself together and take care of stuff I need. He got kicked out of another daycare. He with me. He been with me for 3 weeks. I can't even work. I can't even attempt, and then if I do, he gotta be with me and be in danger. Go get on the potty if you boo-boo. Like, we've been working on stuff, potty training. He's potty trained. He's fully potty trained. But I'm going through a lot, and it just don't make it no better. I be wanting to give up everything, and it's just not fair to him at all. It's not fair to me. Like, I don't know what to do. Imagine having a child on the spectrum that talk real well, potty trained, can't control his emotions and have tantrums. Imagine him not being able to stay in daycares, and he keep getting kicked out because of these tantrums, and because they're scared that one day he's gonna end up hurting himself, which he has already done. He had a knot on his head at the last daycare that I was never informed of. But imagine you decided to lay down on your back, or probably lay on your stomach, and you have a child, and you got to deal with the consequences of not being able to work, not being able to live a regular life with your child and be happy or financially free because he keep holding you back.
But I mean, why would you decide to lay on your back and have a child that you know you can't fully take care of? Oh my God. whether he's on the spectrum or not. Children are expensive. Why would you lay on your back and decide to do that with a person first that's not your husband, and then y'all not even clearly they're not together, because she says he goes with the he does go with the dad. Dad lives somewhere else. You live one place. Y'all not together. And I think that's what is hitting her hard. And I understand it's hard. I get it. Trust me. I'm not even trying to bash her. And then I get it. Raising children, it's hard. But didn't you understand? Nobody tells. See, this is why you need to warn people. This is why we need to have these conversations, because young women need to be informed about how difficult it could be if you're running around here busting it open, raw dogging it, handing it out. Understanding that you get a baby, it's going to be very hard for you to raise that child by yourself. Then if the child is on the spectrum, that's even harder. But you have women out here saying, "Oh, you can do it by yourself," and they're not paying attention to what they're doing, and they don't think about the consequences until they're hit with them. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just gotta. I don't. That's why people and I understand her as a woman and who've had small children. Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. I would not kid you. It's a lot. Then I had multiple. We had all our kids back to back to back. So yeah, it's a lot. But you understand that that's what comes with the territory. Who told these women having children is going to be a walk in the park? No, kids are a lot. And they're innocent. They're loving too. It's the good side of it. But when she's talking about not having a break and all that. You know what I mean? Because you're doing it by yourself. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying, look, your husband, you had a husband, your husband got to go to work. He ain't gonna be able to be with the kid all day, every day. Every day, but I'm saying not all day, just because he got to go work and take care of that family. So that's his part. Your part is being at the house, if that's how it is, and you rearing the kids and taking, that's his work, but that's your part of the gig, But at least, you get things in order, get it into perspective. You can put the kids down for naps, and there's moments where you get your time to do what you need to do. Then, I remember when our kids were little, my husband would come home. He would like, hey, what you need to do or whatever, go ahead, do it, whatever. Having that support it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. Even though as the woman, yes, you spend the majority of time with the children. That's a fact, because your husband, he gotta work. He's making sure that the bills, the rent is paid, the light is your food. He's making sure you got everything that you need for his family. So you got to be there to do that part. But there are moments and then you got to learn how to allocate some, have somebody come and watch the kids while y'all get a moment or whatever. We did that from time to time, not a lot, because we didn't even have a whole, like what they call it, what they call it again? I can't remember. I can't thank God. What is it that they say you need? A village. We really didn't have a village either. We had moments where we got a little bit of help, but we didn't have a village either. We made it out. We made it through. But you got to prioritize certain things. You got to have a plan. You got to put it in place. It takes the support. And if you have your husband and y'all make it work, you figure it out, but they don't even have that. It's just you. By your own hands, you created this yourself. Thank you, Paul. Thank you once again for the generous super chat. I appreciate you. Said my sister DeeDee for president, and I'll be, he says, and I'll be vice president. DeeDee will regulate everything. I'll legalize everything green. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thank you, Paul, once again. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you for coming through with the generous super chats. You didn't have to, but I appreciate you for doing it. I thank you once again. Thank you so much for being here, Paul. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Yes, Lord. Blue X 225. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says feminism to Les pipeline is a part of population control. Waiting till it's too late to get married and have babies the right way. What y'all think? So I mean, hey, you might be onto something, because everything is just backwards, Blue X, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, hell, a lot of women don't want to have children at this point. There's the percentage of them who have kids, and now the ones that don't have kids. It's a lot of you hearing that. You hear a lot of women say they don't want children now. They gotta get to the bag, and they focus on that money. Even though they're not really getting that much money, they still focus on getting it. That's their priority. But they want it, and they don't want children. They feel like the children are going to get in the way. So, I mean, look, you might be on to something. I don't know. A lot of what's happening is just backwards and doesn't make any sense. No matter how you try to slice it, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I just think, it just doesn't look good. And once again, y'all know I think I'm reasonable. Thank you, Blue X. I appreciate you for the support. I think I'm reasonable in a lot of situations. And I try to empathize with people and understand where you're coming from, because we're human. We make mistakes. So I understand. I have children. I have small children. So I understand the difficulties associated with that and how draining that could be. But I also understand that a lot of women don't move in a way that would be beneficial to them. They just do stuff, and somehow they think they're gonna have this amazing outcome. You go out here and you just don't think about your actions and what you're doing, not understanding the consequences associated with that. If a lot of these women would just wait, find a man that wants to be with them, and they be with them, and y'all just stop thinking about this bag so hard. Y'all get the bag together, work together, build your family together. You'll see it's not as difficult as you may think. And keep listening to these people who are only trying to steer you in the wrong direction is not benefiting you. A lot of successful couples out here, a lot of people who have great families, children are being raised properly. And they're doing, and then they're living their lives, but they make it seem like marriage is the bottom of the barrel, is not the end all, go be all. But then you go get babies with these men who could care less about family and a family structure, and they're just screwing you. That's it. Y'all just screwing, having a good time, making babies, and then he don't want that. He trying to go and live his life how he want. He don't want to be tied down to you. So now you're left holding the bag, and now y'all mad and bitter, and you just sitting back and you keep screwing, and then you end up with another one, and until you got four baby daddies, and now you're screwed, and you want a man to pay all the bills and take on you and your 4 kids by 4 baby daddies. It's just a shit show. Oh my God. It's a shit show for real, y'all. It really is. And it's like, it's so backwards. And it's like I say what I say to try to get people to understand. Listen, there's a way to go about it, but everybody's so selfish. You need a pookie that satisfies you in a bed. He got to have this big junk in the trunk, and he got to do all this and serve you right. That's all people care about. That's all y'all care about, getting served up in the bed, getting that coochie right with a man. And he got to put it on you just right. That's all y'all getting. That's all y'all getting to the D, and you ain't getting to nothing else. That's it. And because you done got to the D so much, then you become holy. And now you want a man to see you as something special. Like you done been getting to the D your whole life. That's all you know. And then all of a sudden you wake up and you feel like you have standards and you got boundaries and you know yourself. And I know my worth. After all the D's you done been getting to and all the babies, now you know your worth. And now a man got to come as Superman. To be honest, he got to be Superman. He can't have no flaws. He got to be whole. When you don't know what being whole is, you just got a hole, and that hole has been ran through and D for days, months and years. You've been getting a D and ran, and now you know your worth, and you got a bunch of the children to show for it. And now this man got to be Superman? Oh my God. Make that make sense. I don't, for the life of me. They could call me crazy. Does that really make sense though? The D has been your priority for years and you've had a lot of it. And now you want a man to come and be Superman. Child, you can't make it up. You really can't. Dennis Settles, thank you for the super chat, says, DeeDee, you so right. That's why I love you. You be right on. I try. It's just my opinion. I know a lot of people don't agree. That's fine. But it's just my opinion. That's just how I feel for real. Child, this ain't just content. This is how I really think. And I really be trying to understand. Like, that's why I'm saying I be trying to understand, like, what is that working for you? You know, I really be trying to understand, because I'm really not judgmental, y'all. Look, I'm just giving my opinion. That's what it is. And that's because, listen, I've talked to my husband about this stuff. We talk about this. I'd be like, this is crazy. And I'm saying the same thing. And I would tell him, this is crazy. And I'm not trying to be, I just call it like I see it. And I just don't understand it. I think this is why I always say women are the ones who need to do the most changing. And I stand on that. Thank you once again for the support. I appreciate you. Because it doesn't make any sense, y'all. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says, classic example, thinking your box had major power. So true. Thank you, Successful MD, for the support. It's so true. All these women think, they make whole videos about it. Oh, girl, you got that. Oh, my girl, you got that power, coach, girl, my girl. Whatever. I did a video on that. She was like, girl, you know how you know you got that down there? I'm like, y'all sound so stupid. You know how you got that fire coochie. Why would y'all put that on social media? Like, it's embarrassing. Girl, let me tell you when you know like a nigga can't lie. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my God. Cause that's who they be dealing with, the niggas. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with the Pookies and the Ray Rays and you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you post something like that as a lady? You know what I mean? Let me tell you how you know, girl, your cooch is got him moaning and groaning. He telling you the best he ever had, like he can't lie. This is why women be getting finessed. They so smart, they dumb. He could tell you anything. And then if yours so good, why is he with Carisha the next day? Banging her down, banging you down, and several others. Why he got so many baby mamas? Seem like all of it is good. Yours is no special from the other. But he telling you it's so, girl, you know it's so good. And what does that get you? What does it get you? I'm just saying, nothing but possible STDs and babies. What does that get you? He don't say, God damn, this so great. I'm gonna marry her. I'm gonna put all my other hoes to the side and I'm taking her because I can't live without it. Like, what I would understand it then, like, okay, well, maybe with him, she got something so good. He married her the same day. He said he's not gonna lose her. He gonna take her. He gonna make it work because it's so good for him. He can't let it go. No, it don't get you that. All he get you is a baby, maybe a STD, and then he got 3-4 other baby mamas that he probably told that same thing to. And now y'all fighting out of the streets on who got the best coochie and who he want the most because he done lied to all y'all. He telling you that to make you feel good so you could keep feeling like, yeah, I'm going to put it on him. You put it on him harder. He tell you how great it is. You just go at it harder. Like, what? This why they be busting tires and windows when he go find a woman he really like, for real, for more than just the cooch. Then they be tearing up tires, running around trying to wreck the wedding and screaming and pissed off. I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah, and every woman want to believe, and they make them feel good. It wasn't good enough for him to marry you and take you seriously, boo boo. So what's the point? What's the point? It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing, y'all. You because he lying. You think, oh, your vagina holds some weight. Oh my God. For what? Well, what did it get you? It didn't get you nothing. Classy young man, 35. Thank you so much for the super chat. It says, song, it's so cold in the D. How the F are we supposed to get P? Oh my God. It's so cold in the D. How the F we are supposed to get peace? Thank you so much. Thank you, Classy. I'm sorry. Thank you, Classy young man. I appreciate you. I mean, it's just, y'all, it's so crazy. And they don't get it. They be so happy to say that the dude said they got so much good vagina. Thank you, Classy. I appreciate it. Your vagina ain't that much better than the other. Maybe it's not the same, but it's not that much better. It's all good to him. He getting all of it. He enjoying all of it. And he know when he tell you you're so good, he knows. As she said, you start doing the most and you're going to try to do most. It motivates you to do more. So he get more from you. You get nothing from him. I'm just saying. Yeah, but it's a motivator. It's a motivator for you to go harder, honey. Let's continue.
Like, I honestly can't believe this is my life. I honestly can't believe it's my life.
How you can't believe a life that you chose is yours? Oh my God. I'm just saying. How you can't believe it's your life? You chose it. You chose it. You literally chose it. Let's continue.
I honestly can't believe it's my life. I just can't. I just can't. Like, I never ever wanted this to be my life.
And I ain't even trying to take nothing from my son. Because for him to be on the spectrum, like, I don't know nothing about this. I don't know nothing about spectrum, nothing. But very
well, it's time to learn. Most women who have children have been on the spectrum. You got to learn about it. You know, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of you learn. There are resources out there for you to learn what spectrum your child is on, you know, whether it's autism, um developmental delays. You have to learn what that's about because that's affecting your child. So you got to get the resources and learn so that you can treat your child better. There are a lot of children who are on the spectrum or have been, and they've grown up and they've matured and they've learned things more than what you thought based off of where they were. You got to get the resources so you know what to do for your child, how to best protect and take care of your child. So she start there. I would advise her, if she ever see this video, I would get some advice, get some help, get some resources for your child, because your child is going to need it for sure. So you got to learn about what's going on with your child. Captain K Man, thank you for the super chat. Says, now I'm in the mood for roast beef. Why? Oh my God, roast beef. Child, that sound good. Thank you, Captain K Man. I appreciate you. What put you in the mood of roast beef? Let's continue.
Very smart. Like I said, potty trained. Everything he sees, he will say it. Every item, he knows what everything is, every fruit, every.
Captain Caveman says, sounds like a Hennessy baby. Child, shoot, what is probably, child? I don't. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thank you, Captain Caveman, once again for the super chat. Let's continue.
Object. He'll tell you what that is. Like I say, potty trained. Very responsible. Goes in, wake up, go brush his teeth. He want to brush his teeth. Know how to get himself dressed. Take his shoes off. Like, very affectionate. Like, love him to death. Does it get hard? And would I change it? No. Do I need a resolution? Do I need extra hands? And do I need extra help? Yes, I do. And it's crazy because I'm not supposed to be feeling like this. I love my son to death. That's literally all I got. Literally all I got. But mentally it's draining when you not in daycare and you got to figure out how you going to keep a roof over y'all head because you got to keep him every day. I don't know, whoever was on the live, y'all heard me say, I have to lift with my child. That's dangerous. It's so dangerous. But is that what I got? I do what I got to do. I literally do what I got to do. Sometimes I don't even, I got to take it and I can't even do it because if he's not asleep, I can't even lift. And Rhodey, those are literally my only options. So excuse me for getting very upset when I literally have no options, nowhere to turn, nowhere to go. And I'm just spinning I feel like I'm running in a circle. Like, and then yesterday when I told his dad to figure it out, I wasn't meaning like you could keep him forever. I mean, like, he like bring his stuff and the longer you wait, it's gonna be harder for you. Like, what does that mean? You're threatening me? What's wrong? What's the matter? You threatening me instead of finding a resolution?
But wait, so the dad said that she could bring his stuff and bring him to him? What's wrong with that? Why isn't that an option? But you said you need time so you can work and do things. And if the father is saying, oh, bring him to me, what's the problem? So if you can bring him to him, she said, oh, it doesn't mean you keep him forever. Is he trying to keep him forever or is he trying to be supportive? See, this is why I say you gotta judge these things with a grain of salt, because we don't get the full story, because it'd be more to it. I think a lot of women just want sympathy. They want you to feel sorry for them. We don't be having no full. I can't feel sorry for you without the full context of the story. So saying all of that to say that the father would come and get the child, I believe he said bring his stuff and bring it to him. So it seems like he is willing to watch him. So can't you bring him to the father and let him keep up with him so you can get your shit together? Like, come on. Like, what? Oh my God damn it. Let's continue.
It's even more messed up. Especially when you know he can't be over there for certain situations, for certain reasons. Like, it's really messed up, and it's really messed up. I made that video to so people can think about
He can. What is she? He can only be over there for certain reasons. But he could. So you know what I'm thinking, and I could be wrong. The boyfriend, the baby daddy must have a girlfriend. The baby daddy must have a girlfriend. I bet you that he's living with. And because what she's saying now, it don't make no sense. So I bet the baby daddy has a girlfriend, and she don't like that, and she feel alone because she by herself and he got somebody. But it doesn't seem like he's stopping her from bringing his son over, because she said he can bring the son over. He said bring his stuff, let him come over. So what you crying for? Oh my God. Damn, this is a waste of time. So there is some resources. If you can bring the child to the father, why not do that and let him stay over there for some time and get your shit together? He got a woman and she don't like that. That's probably what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Captain Cape Man, thank you for the super chat. Says, where's my damn cape? I know I have it somewhere around here. Here I come to save the day. Not. Child Captain K Man, thank you for the super chat. This is a hot mess. It's not like she's down and out. She don't have no resources. It's just they doing all that crying hard for nothing. You don't like bringing him there probably because he got a woman. That's what I'm thinking. Thank you, Captain Cape Man. Baby, this is you. When I say you can't make it up, you can't. Papa AD, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I had the same issue with my son's mother. He could always stay with me, but she didn't like that. To them, it's not a resolution. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm peeping. Like, what? All this goddamn crying and snotting, and you can bring the child to the daddy and you can go lift all you want and lift and get what you need to get done and then go get him. Oh my God. Thank you, Papa AD, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Good child, this is a hot goddamn mess. Let's continue. Now let's see what else she says.
Think about the position you putting yourself in, because I don't think I thought enough. It's crazy because social media have you losing relationships with people, real friendships with people, all because you getting on here and expressing your feelings when you're doing it by yourself and literally have zero support. A few months ago, 4 months ago, how long it's been? 4 months ago. People not remembering, me and my son literally had nobody, just social media. People on social media helped us and came through for us more than people I know my whole life. So at the end of the day, instead of questioning why I run to social media, why I put stuff on social media, why I express how I feel on social media, figure out a resolution. Nobody else is coming with a resolution that I know in real life. Nobody. My son was with his dad from the day before yesterday, around 7-ish, till yesterday around 7. And he wasn't happy about it. He wasn't happy about it. Instead of trying to put all the blame on me, help me come up with a resolution. Y'all think he did that one time? No. All he said was, come get him. I got shit to do. Newsflash, I got shit to do every day. I make it work. But when I tell you, figure it out, which I wasn't meaning figure it out and you take care of him, I meant figure it out until the time being. He can never do that. I was working 2 whole jobs. He'll pick him up from daycare and keep him. Eventually that shit stopped. You could tell he was getting tired of it. That's a responsibility. But that's the responsibility that you signed up for. I think it's just crazy that I got to put myself on pause and my life on pause because you don't want to do shit that you're supposed to do. Probation. Let's talk about probation. I had to work. He telling me, oh, I gotta go to probation. So I gotta miss work because you can't take your son with you. Like, it's always on me. That's why I be so frustrated. This video reached two.
So he's on probation. So when you're on probation, I've never been on probation or anything like that. I don't know how that works. So if you're on probation, don't you have to, what you do? You got to go and see the court or something. You got to go see your probation officer. You can't can you take a child with you there? I mean, he has issues and she has issues too. But seems like before she said he was like, bring his stuff. He could go over to the father, and she's still saying he would pick him up for daycare and do. So it doesn't sound like he's just completely absent. He is a part of the child's life. So what else do you want him to do that you aren't able to do? You can't do certain things that he can't, but seems like he is in the child's life and there's an effort there. So there's something missing. There's always an element to these conversations missing that they don't want to share because they're trying to play the victim. So, or you want things the way you want it, you know what I mean? Instead of accepting it for what it is. And I guarantee you the daddy has a new woman and she don't really want the child over there with the daddy as much. That could be because that's usually what it is. But I'm like, I don't know. It's just something's missing.
2.5 million people. My other video, 500,000. You think my mama reached out? She's not going to. Nobody reached out to me besides his dad. And because he had him. Nobody reached out to me. Nobody reached out to me that I know. So I don't give a fuck about how anybody feel about me picking up the phone and expressing my motherfucking feelings, and I'm ready to go to war about it.
Girl, you ain't going to war. Who you going to war with? Yourself? You would have to go to war with your goddamn self. I mean, that ain't nobody else's problem, but you and the person that made it. And it seems like the father is trying to put an effort in and do the right things. He ain't gonna be perfect, just like you aren't. You get tired and he get tired. So I mean, y'all on equal playing field. Why is it that when women get tired, it's accepted? If a man gets tired, it's unacceptable. Like y'all are both getting tired. It's work. It's a part of the process. But y'all both getting tired. It seems to me that he doesn't seem to be a deadbeat, doesn't seem to be not trying to be a part of the child life. Because you saying he reached out, he got the child, he picked him up, he have him. So you're not really completely doing it completely by yourself. You know what I mean? But that's once again what we see on these TikToks and stuff. They pushing this narrative that they're doing it all by themselves so they can get people to watch and critique and put the man down when he is a part of his child's life. So you're not doing it by yourself. I think a lot of time, once again, from what I've seen, a lot of these women they become in their feelings. They get pissed because they're the single mothers. You got to have the child more than he does, and it pisses you off because he got a woman. He probably living in a place with his girlfriend, and they're together and they're thriving, and she's the odd woman out with the child, and she feels mad about it. So when the child does go by him, she's coming with a bitter mentality because she's like, damn, he done moved on and I'm over here struggling by myself. That's typically what ends up happening. Now, if that's not the case, my bad. But that's what we see all the time. They get bitter because they want somebody in their life to help them with the child. And it's not like he's not helping. Y'all are just not together. You know what I'm saying? So it's a hot mess, y'all. Classy says, DeeDee, I think she may have probationary period on the job. I could be wrong. Maybe. I don't know, Classy. Her family won't help because she too cocky and has chaos. Challenge me. Child, my body, my choice. Exactly. They want to struggle because they know that there is leverage and power in victimhood. That's a very good point as well. The Section 8 got cut. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's true. Y'all crazy. Well, baby, listen, it's just, it's very interesting to see this stuff all play out on social media. I come up in a time when we didn't have social media back in the day. And it's just interesting, all the stuff you see. We've seen stuff like this in real life. We see the actual mentality of people moving this way. But to see it all play out here, and it's the same old same, nothing's really changing. It's only getting worse, y'all. It's just, is insane to me. You know what I mean? And don't seem like they're really getting it. I think some are, but it's not enough. I think it's just a mentality that seems to be stuck. But hopefully we got to pray and hope for the best, that maybe a lot of these women will wake up and realize the errors of their ways and how they're choosing men and why they're choosing them and creating babies with these men and creating broken homes. It's just not a good thing. It's not beneficial to you or anybody involved, the children or anybody. And if you want more for and better for your children, you got to do better. That's just all it is. It's not a hatred thing. It's not a bashing thing. It's just a realistic thing. It's the stuff that we see every day on social media. And and we just have an opinion about it. And we just see that it's going left. Everybody can stand a chance to do a little bit better each day. You learn something better, you do better. That's all. None of us are perfect. We all got to work on stuff. It doesn't make you a bad person, but if you don't acknowledge the things that you need to work on and acknowledge the choices that you've made in life and the ones that didn't yield the best results, then you put yourself at a deficit as opposed to just saying, you know what? Yeah, I messed up. I didn't make the best choice here, but I'm going to do better. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to do better, and not blame anybody for the choices you made. And understand that every choice that you make has consequences, good or bad. It's okay. It's life. We all have to live it. We don't always choose the best decisions, but we learn. You should learn. The key in all of this is learning from your mistakes. Learning, because you'll learn and eventually you do better across the board. That's all. None of us are perfect. But the whole point is to just work on yourself, to establish a better place in life with your thoughts and yourself. Because at the end of the day, you got to be with you the whole time. And if you can't, be comfortable in your own skin with the choices that you make in life, how do you expect somebody else to be okay with it? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, hopefully that's making sense. Hopefully somebody get a message or a word out of this. Hopefully somebody take this as advice and use it. And not look at it as bashing, because it's really not. It's just being realistic. You may not like what's being said, but you know that it makes sense to some degree. That's all I'm saying. So listen, I'm gonna leave it here, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Leave your thoughts in the chat before I wrap up. Also hit that like button on your way out, y'all. Make sure you are watching the videos that are posted on the channel, y'all. I post videos every single day, so make sure you are watching those videos. Oh, and shout out to y'all though, because I'm happy with the views that have been showing up on the previous videos. I think y'all been coming through for your girl. I appreciate it. Seems like y'all been watching the videos, so continue to watch them, y'all. At least hit the like button, leave a little comment, let me know it's real. Also, keep your notification bell turned on so you'll be notified when I go live or post new content, y'all. Thank y'all so much once again. Shout out to everybody who gave super chats, everybody who support the channel, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. You have no idea. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me, y'all. Sometimes I be tired as hell, but I show up because I really like y'all input. Y'all make me laugh. And so it's very fun to get on here and share this content with you guys. So I definitely appreciate y'all for being here, because you don't have to. You could be anywhere, but I appreciate you guys for being here and supporting what I have to say, okay? Even though sometimes I think what I'm saying, it ain't that important to people, but I appreciate y'all for rocking with me and taking the time out to come on here and share your thoughts and all of what you have to say, y'all. So thank y'all. Thank you so much. And yeah, so I appreciate it so much. Once again, hit the like button on your way out, you guys. Make sure you watch the content already posted. What else I wanted to say? I think that's it. But thank y'all once again for supporting in any way, shape, or form. Stay tuned for more content, you guys. Make sure you stay tuned for more. So thank y'all once again. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, and I will see y'all really, really soon. All right. Love you guys. Mwah. See y'all later. Bye.
Ooh, yeah. She's a little bit wild, little sad, I smile. Gold hoops in my t-shirt, still turn levy at a mob world. Yeah, she's talking fast, hands fly. Got a temper, got pride. She'll call me out right there in the car and kiss me like a movie star. Yeah, yeah. City got mood, she's like that. Storm in her eyes and she's on my lap. Tell me stop staring. I can't. Girly girl, that's my girly girl. She be doing the most, I'm addicted to her. From her curls down to her curves. It's my girlie, my whole wide world. If love is a word, she's the meaning of hers. That's my girlie girl. She'll be late to the plans, still I reach for her hand. Got a lipstick on my collar and my face. Then she fussing and laughing same day. She taught love like a fight. Every wrong, every right. When she's soft, man, I swear I can't breathe. When she's mad, I ain't trying to leave. Every got moves and she swear she be driving me crazy. And back till we stop playing. I can't. Girly, she be doing the most. I'm addicted to her. From her curls down to her curves. Yes, my girlie, my whole out world. If love is a word, she's the meaning I heard. That's my girlie. She black girl crazy, I love it. Got that fire, I run to it. Missy attitude with the softest heart. All that drama still my favorite part. You be holding her eyes, but she holds me tight. Seeing everything wrong, still a hit just right. If I ever got a face when the lights go dark, yes, her, yes, her, yes, her. She be doing the most, I'm addicted to her. From her curls down to her curves. Yeah, that's my girlie girl. Now this words is the meaning I heard.